Hi everyone, so I'm really sorry for how I look first of all because I'm 40 weeks pregnant today actually, and everything is kind of a bit manic at the moment with getting everything ready, so I really wanted to film this quick update just to let you know like what's been happening, because I didn't film a 39-week update last week. I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately, because it was just a really manic week. I was so busy looking after my daughter, and my partner was working late as well, so I couldn't really get a chance to film. I didn't really have a moment. And then my partner, Brad, he had an eye injury because our daughter poked him in the eye accidentally and ended up scratching his iris. So he's been back and forth to the hospital since Saturday, early Sunday morning, about 12 a.m. Sunday morning, and it's just been one of those horrible weeks last week, and the weekend was just awful. So that's why I haven't been able to film a 39-week update separately, and that's why I'm doing a joint 39 and 40-week update very quickly while I've got a moment, before my toddler demands my attention, because she's in a very demanding attention kind of mood, as toddlers are. That's kind of how they are meant to be. But anyway, to talk about my 39-week update, how my 39 weeks of pregnancy went. I had a midwife appointment at 39 weeks exactly a week ago, and that went really well. It was just a normal midwife appointment, normal checks. She did my urine checks, my blood pressure, which are both normal. She felt my stomach, my bump. She said I've got a very nice, neat bump, even though I just think it's absolutely huge. I can't believe how big I've got, basically. But yes, that's a full-grown baby in there now, so it's going to be quite big. She did my fundal height measurement, I think that's what it's called, and that was measuring bang on track. It was like 39 centimetres, 38 and a half, something like that. So perfectly within normal ranges, not too big, not too small, or anything like that. So that was really good. And then she did offer me a membrane sweep for 40 weeks exactly, which is today, but I declined because I had membrane sweeps with my daughter and they were just horrific. They were so painful, like more painful than contractions, and I couldn't handle the pain of them, and they were just awful, and they didn't actually put me into labour at all. They didn't even dilate me or help my cervix dilate. My cervix was already soft. So, and they don't necessarily encourage labour unless your body is 100% ready to go into labour. So that's why I declined it this time. I just thought I'd rather my body go into labour naturally and not have any kind of intervention, because to me that is still intervention, even though it's not any drugs or anything. It's sort of medication free, but it's still someone doing something. Yeah, I declined that. So I don't have a midwife appointment today at my 40-week of pregnancy, because that's basically all that would happen today anyway, is another sweep, well, a sweep. So she booked me in for 41 weeks, which is a week today, and to schedule an induction, which will probably be done at 42 weeks pregnant. I wouldn't have an induction any time sooner than that, unless there was a problem with the baby, unless I was ill or there was some medical reason why I had to have an induction earlier. But that will probably be scheduled for the week after my 41-week appointment, for 42 weeks. I don't think I'll go that long, but it's hard to know. It's impossible to know when you're going to go into labour. I thought that I'd have this baby early. Everyone kind of thought I'd have him early, but here I am at 40 weeks and I've got no signs at all. So there's not much symptoms to really talk about, apart from very, 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 very tired. Just very, very tired. Exhausted. I don't have a lot of energy. I'm out of breath all the time. I'm still getting heartburn, but I think he's just a very long baby because his head is like really low. The midwife said that I was 3/5 engaged. So she said that I was engaged. I think it's from 3/5 to 1/5 engaged, that they count it as engaged, so he is engaged, and this has come out of there, because I know that, I don't know, I heard in second pregnancies that the baby can come out of that and sort of free flow for a bit rather than just stay stuck. I'm not really sure how it works, I don't know, but that's basically what I am, or what I was last week. I feel like he's got lower this week, so I guess I probably won't find out until I'm in labour. Like a bit of nausea, feeling a bit sick, mainly when I don't eat. Oh, a lack of appetite as well is another one that's happened pretty much this week. I haven't really felt like eating first thing in the morning, whereas before in my pregnancy I felt like eating all the time, like really early in the morning, and now I can wake up in the morning and I don't really want to eat anything, which is quite different for this point in pregnancy, because I've always felt starving. But I've still been eating enough, I've still been feeling quite hungry, but just not as hungry. I think it's because he's so big, everything's squashed, and I'm just not able to really fit that much in anymore. I'm getting quite low blood sugar in this pregnancy if I go too long without eating, so I've been feeling very lightheaded and faint and dizzy, and I really need to eat sugar or something, just food in general, when I feel like that. And that kind of happens quite frequently. I don't have like gestational diabetes or anything, because I have like my urine checked every week, and they don't do any diabetes checks, like proper tests with the glucose and the drink that I know they do in the US. They don't do that in the UK routine. So, but I kind of know, I don't feel like I have that problem anyway. What else? Not much else really, it's just apart from trying to do a last bit of nesting. Not too much, because it's kind of difficult, because we don't have a room for the baby. He's not going to have his own room. My daughter doesn't even have her own room. We're still sharing a room with me, my partner, and Caitlin. And me and the baby are going to be in the living room, so it's not ideal, but that's kind of our situation at the moment, unfortunately. But it does mean that we get extra support. There's lots of family around us. We live with family, so there's lots of help. Especially because I plan on pumping exclusively, or hoping to, if I can't breastfeed. I couldn't breastfeed my daughter because of latching problems and countless infections and a breast abscess that I got 6 weeks into it, which was agonising. So this time I'm planning on pumping, so it'll help to have someone to take care of my daughter, and then I can do that quite often. I hope to do it more often than normal this time, to avoid getting any infections. Waiting on labour, trying to like do some gentle exercise, like mainly walking, just to get things moving a bit, because I don't really want to be late. I definitely don't want to be induced at all. I want to go into labour naturally. That's the whole goal, is to go into labour naturally and not be induced. But I don't want to push my body too far, because I'm so tired. I don't want to walk miles and exhaust myself and then go into labour and be too tired to be, you know, be in labour. I wouldn't have a choice then. But I would rather rest and have energy than walk and induce labour early. But then I don't want to be induced, so I've kind of got to start doing stuff. So hopefully he comes before 41 weeks, because I don't want to schedule an induction with my midwife. I just feel like that will panic me, and then I'll get stressed, and then that will prolong going into labour even more. I can't handle another induction. It was just the most horrific thing. I don't want to put anyone off, but for me it was just awful. I didn't do enough research, so this time I've done tons of research and I know exactly what I want. I know that labour isn't going to go the way that I particularly want it, or it may do. I may be lucky, it may not. Things may go wrong and I may need medical intervention, which I'm fine with. Careful! But yeah, I'm just basically waiting and trying to see how long it goes before I do start getting some signs. But at the moment I don't have anything aside from Braxton Hicks, which I get probably like 3 or 4 times a day, which doesn't feel that much, to be honest. I kind of thought that I'd be getting more than that at this stage, but obviously not. The only time I got more Braxton Hicks was when I was drinking raspberry leaf tea, which I stopped because I read that you shouldn't take it unless if you've had bleeding in the second part of pregnancy, and I had bleeding at 19 weeks and 10 weeks. Plus they were giving me really bad Braxton Hicks, virgin on constant Braxton Hicks, and I just didn't like that and I didn't feel safe. So I ended up stopping it at 36 or 35 or 36 or 37 weeks. I stopped taking it. It just felt right to me. I didn't have any of the pains with my daughter, so having it this time around made me feel like that probably wasn't the best drink for me to have. So I'm gonna end this vlog here, get it uploaded so that you know what's going on. I will probably film a video prior to going into labour. I mean, probably when I'm in labour, like a quick update, and then like I don't know if I'll be doing a labour vlog because we're not allowed to film anything in our hospital or take pictures or anything. We're very strict on that. So I will try my best to probably take pictures more than film, because obviously I want pictures of like when, not everything, not anything graphic, but I just want pictures to look back on because I have with my daughter and they're just, I always look back on them, so it'd be really cool to have something to look back on and remember. But yeah, thanks you for watching. Thank you. Sorry I look so terrible and tired and just like an alien in this video, but I'll show you my last ever bump shot. Hopefully it's my last bump shot of this pregnancy.